Hello, everybody. This is Tom Eckert here. You're listening to my podcast, Numerology, a GPS for the Soul. This is your place to learn about the true power of numerology and how to use it to bring out the best in yourself, understand your loved ones better, take wise decisions, and prepare for your future. In other words, how to live your life aligned with your true destiny. Take your time to educate yourself and share these podcasts with your friends and family so they too can enjoy the great benefits of numerology. Enjoy! Hello there, and welcome to all my listeners to yet another episode in the ongoing series about the 6 ways to empower all life paths. And today we're diving into no other than life path number 8, which I find especially interesting, complex, and fascinating. And before I say anything else, if you are new here, then first of all, welcome. Welcome to my podcast. In this podcast, I discuss in-depth numerology. Numerology is a path for inner transformation, for spiritual growth, for self-understanding, for spiritual expansion. I personally attempt to make numerology accessible, grounded, and applicable for everyday life matters. And I do my best to provide you with the most grounded information so that you can apply numerology in order to live a better life, more grounded, more conscious, and more aligned with your soul and your true purpose. Now, here are a few ways you can dive deeper into numerology should you wish to do so. First and foremost, you can book a numerology reading with me. A numerology reading is one of the best ways to experience the power of numerology in a very personal manner. You can ask any question that is important to you, that is burning in your life, and get precise answers that are tailored especially to you based on your numbers and your chart. You can read more about the kinds of readings that I offer and contact me through the link in the episode description to book your reading with me. Now, if you wish to study numerology on a deeper level, or possibly even pursue it as a career or a transformational path, then I invite you to check out my numerology study paths. The first one is the self-study numerology courses that I offer that give you the rare opportunity to learn numerology online at your own pace, be it on your mobile device, your tablet, or your laptop. My library currently includes 2 self-study courses, but more are coming up. Or if you want to dive very deep and be initiated into the real rare depths of numerology, you can sign up to my complete path of certification, where you study numerology, in-depth numerology, directly with me, one-on-one, all the way from a total beginner, if that's where you're at, all the way to a numerology expert. And you get certified as a professional numerologist. Now, to read more about both study paths, check out the links in the episode description. Having said that, let's dive deeper. So in this episode, as already mentioned, I will speak about the 6 ways to support life path number 8, to live an empowered life. As with all the previous episodes in this series, I will address many empowering advices and possibly 1 or 2 shadows that you should avoid. Also, remember that this episode is relevant for you or for anyone with a central number 8 in their chart, not only a life path number 8, namely an 8 that occupies the expression number or the soul urge number. That said, let us start with the first advice. You learn through friction, and you need to accept it. So this first point is truly crucial for your overall well-being and your prospering as a life path number 8. You really must realize that as an 8, much of what you will learn in life will come through friction. In other words, things don't always come easy to you, and that's the perfect setting for your growth. As an 8 life path, you are developing your core strength and ability to exert power and will when needed. You are here to learn to overcome obstacles and to thrive. Consequently, your karma dharma if you will, is such that by clashing into things, you come to learn best. You come to learn best through friction. And it is very important that you accept that particular approach as life's unique methodology of empowering you. It wants to make you highly resistant, strong, and resilient. You know how they say, no pain, no gain. This motto is a very 8-ish one, and in a way should inspire you. Friction means fights in relationships, disagreement with neighbors, conflicts with your boss at work, struggling to get the funds for your desired car or home or travels. Going through friction and coming out the other side stronger is what it's all about for an 8. This does not, and hear me out here, this does not in any way mean that you should go out searching for trouble or conflict. And this does happen sometimes for younger people, maybe also younger adults, going, for example, because there's a lot of energy and drive, and they go searching for trouble, literally. For example, bullying other people or fighting, right? So I'm telling you, this does not mean that you should go out searching for friction or trouble or conflict, but rather just learn to accept that this way, we can call it the way of friction, is life's way of making you stronger. This is how you grow stronger, by going through friction and coming out stronger the other side. So learn to love friction as a developmental force. My next advice to you, the second advice, always have a goal. As an 8, without a goal to strive for, without a tangible achievement to strive towards, it feels really empty. It feels off. Setting yourself regular goals that excite you and stir up your energy is exactly what you want. Goals are like a driving force in your life, and they give you both a sense of purpose and reinforce the feeling that you can do it, that you're capable, that you can overcome and achieve anything you set yourself for. Now, some 8s won't be fully aware of this powerful drive that's steering their life from deep within. And very often, as a result, they will be very unforgiving with themselves without knowing why. You see, it's simply an energy that needs to move somewhere. And if it doesn't move towards a goal, it will move against itself. When this root ambition is brought to awareness and embraced consciously, that's where you as an 8 can start moving with your energy and not against it. So set goals and conquer them one by one. Every time you conquer a goal, dare to set a bigger one. You are far more capable than you imagine, my friend. And this is very important that you understand it. If for whatever reason you find yourself in a complacent place in your life, in your personal life, start by setting a simple goal to get yourself moving. And then make it a habit to always set exciting goals. You will see how your life suddenly becomes very exciting and rewarding. The whole point is don't stop. As an 8, you must let that drive keep moving, keep growing. Which leads me to the next point, point number 3. And here I simply want to tell you something. You are deeply, deeply capable. Now, ironically, many 8s grow up with parents that stomp on them and smother their strength, to be really honest. But don't worry, it's not a mistake. It's part of the what I call karma dharma pattern, right? That will make you stronger later on. But it has its outcomes, it has its impact on you. So as a result, as an 8, you will sometimes feel doubts about your ability to achieve things. So know that as an 8 life path, you are a highly capable person. And again, saying here as a side note, remember, also if you have it in your expression number or soul urge numbers, this is still very powerful and applicable for you. There's almost nothing you can't achieve if you set yourself to it. Connecting to this felt sense of agency is profoundly empowering. From small things like waking up early and going for a walk or a jog, to cleaning your house, to maybe starting to work at your chosen time, to hitting a fitness goal, a muscle mass hypertrophy, or I don't know, losing some fat, whatever it is, getting a raise or expanding your career altogether, all of these prove to you that you are much more capable than you gave yourself credit for. And it is essential. You must know that you are a mover, dare I say, a bulldozer. You're someone who can move mountains and set big things in motion. But most importantly, is cultivating the felt sense that you are in control of things rather than you being a victim or slave of circumstances. You are meant to set the tone and not the other way around. This leads me to point number 4. But before I keep talking any further, if you are enjoying this podcast and you want to keep learning in-depth, high-quality numerology, then please go ahead, give this episode a like, follow me, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell, make sure to support my channel. This goes a really long way in helping my channel grow, the algorithm understand it as relevant, and simply allows me to create more free content. Moreover, make sure to follow me on Substack, where I write about in-depth content merging numerology and Dharma. The link is in the podcast episode description. And of course, make sure to comment my friends' comments. Just say what you think, share an insight, tell me how this episode, spoke to you. This is again helping the algorithm respond in a good way, and also a way to connect with me, and I always answer all comments. Point number 4, be in control of your life. So continuing on the same line of thought from the previous point, as an 8 life path, being in a passive, complacent position in life, or in a position where you are, again, like quote unquote, a slave of circumstances. It's quite a strong word. I know I'm using here slave, but it's really karmically, it really has to do with the path of the 8. So if you find yourself in that position, right, a victim of circumstances, a slave of circumstances, this is the exact opposite of your true potential. Nevertheless, as part of your trajectory, you like your soul path, you may visit those places as a way to make you draw out your real strength. Your destiny is to be the commander of your life and not let circumstances dictate what's happening to you. You want to make yourself into a stable and reliable commander of your own body, your own choices, and your own habits. It's a lesson of self-control and the ability to direct your life in the way you choose. The more you do that on a regular basis, the more stable you will feel, both psychologically, emotionally, and even physically. It's like being in your true element. People often speak about letting go of control, as very important for our well-being, especially in spiritual circles or New Age circles. And while that is true, again, in the right context and the right dimension of being, on the level of living, on the level of daily life and the sense of personal fulfillment, as an 8, you should by all means assume control over your life. This is part of your dharma. This is part of your destiny. Therefore, when you make a decision, follow it through. When you set yourself a goal, break it down to small steps and follow them through to the end. If you don't like the way things are, the way things are with your life, with your family, with your wife, with your kids, with your job, take clear and grounded action towards a better way of living. Don't leave things hanging. Simply act. This is really the way of the 8. The 8 doesn't want you to cut corners. It's not a very forgiving number. It wants you to assume full responsibility over your life. And this leads me to the 5th point. And here's a little bit of a twist. Here we're diving a bit into the shadow. I want you to beware of self-violence. Now here's the deal. On the one hand, we spoke about setting goals, being in control, acknowledging yourself a sense of agency. All of the above sounds very rooted in action and strength and personal power. And yet, things are a little more subtle than that. One of your shadows as an 8, as someone who is fundamentally driven and built for overcoming, is that you are very unforgiving to yourself. Very often, without even noticing, you will be your worst enemy, bashing and humiliating yourself from within, judging yourself for being weak and incapable, and most of all, looking with disdain at anything that has to do with softness to yourself, anything that has to do with self-acceptance, with compassion, and so on. Somehow, in your shadow side, you think that these are all weaknesses. But let me tell you, my friend, you're wrong. This is the complete complementary side of strength. Knowing when to yield and when to rest. If you don't accept that side, you will burn yourself out, physically and emotionally. As an 8 life path, you must learn to accept your vulnerability and treat yourself with kindness, compassion, and patience. No human can always be strong. Very important for you to remember. And strength doesn't always mean action and overcoming. Rather, it means doing the right thing at the right time. And in this context, it means being able to drop self-violence and embrace self-love as a way to heal, rest, and recover. This is the complementary side to your active, goal-oriented destiny. Having said that, this leads me to the 6th and last point for you to be deeply empowered, and that is be the family protector you are meant to become. Did you know that as an 8, you have what I like to call the lioness or lion aspect? This kind of archetype. The archetype that wants to protect its loved ones. Inside of you, an instinct keeps throbbing, an instinct that wants to build a stable nest and home for those you love, and to make sure they are safe, protected, and have everything they need to thrive. This is your familial side. Deep inside you, there's a calling to have your own little tribe, if you will. A tribe that you wish to nourish, to feed, and to protect. This protector element is a wonderful trait of yours and is one of the powerful ways you show your love to your family, your spouse, your kids, your best friends, and community at large. Yes, you are a lioness. You are a lion. How lovely is that? So learn to lean into that part of you that wants to belong, to have a tribe, a family of their own, and learn to lean into your role as the protector and enabler. Around you, ideally, people will feel that there's someone who knows how to make things move and happen. Someone who knows how to overcome challenges and be a shield of goodness. So, as an 8 life path, you are meant to believe in your strength, believe in yourself, and always have goals that motivate you along your path. Don't be afraid to assume control over your life, to be the real captain of your ship, while simultaneously knowing when to yield, rest, and love yourself and recuperate. Be there for yourself and for those you love the most. And know that you simply got this, my friend. So before I wrap this up, if you enjoyed this podcast episode, remember to follow, subscribe, give it a like, turn on the notifications bell, share this with other people. This goes a long way in helping me produce more free content for you guys and also become part of my numerology community. Remember to follow me on Substack, where I write in-depth content about Dharma and numerology. The link to subscribe is in the podcast episode description. Check out the comment section. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think, what you liked. Share your thoughts and opinions. Ask a question. I always answer all of you. Don't forget to check out my professional numerology readings to experience numerology firsthand. And of course, if you want to dive deeper and acquire deeper mastery of numerology, check out my self-study numerology courses and in-depth numerology certification studies. My friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. And as always, I'll see you in the next episodes. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, and you want to go deeper into numerology, check out my website, tom-eckert.com. You can also book a numerology reading or even study numerology yourself through my courses. I'll see you in the next episode.